Good morning, ladies. Seemed like the best thing to start with.
Good morning.
You're having fun.
Yes.
Oh, always.
That's amazing.
Fun.
Just to start, give me a bit of background on these characters from your perspectives of getting into them. What was that like? What were you thinking about? What was important to you?
So I play Stevie Hall, and to get into the mindset of Stevie, her life is very similar to mine in terms of the setup. She's got a very high-pressured job, just like acting. She's the breadwinner of the family. She's married. She's got 2 children. She's juggling quite a lot in her life. So drawing on my own life for that was relatively easy. But then what I also had to do, I'm British, so Canada we speak the same language, but culturally there are a lot of differences, and I needed to. Stevie is Toronto born and bred. She comes from a cop family, so even just our justice system and our policing system, there are quite a few differences. So I had to really look into all of that, so that I was au fait with it, and it wasn't all very strange when I'm handling a gun, going, "What is this? We do not carry these in our country." So there was a mixture between drawing on my personal life, and also just absorbing this fantastic city that I found myself in.
Yeah, I think for Jack, same thing. I've definitely not been too familiar with how cops function and what they have to do. So I think we learned a lot. We did some training for gun handling, like Angela said, and we also did some training where we got walked through a case from top to bottom by a homicide detective. So we learned about the way that their minds have to work when they enter a scene, and what the most important things to kind of look for and notice are. And I think that really helped us with the kind of non-scripted mannerisms when you walk onto a scene in the protocol. So I think, that helped a lot with that sort of thing. But as far as Jack is concerned, I think I definitely paralleled a lot in my own life. Just as far as personality traits go, I think we have a very similar sense of humor. I definitely brought that to the character. And then I think they started writing it a little bit more for me because Adam was having fun with that, which was great. I don't drink as much as Jack does. And I'm definitely more settled down in my own life, but just that kind of unapologetic attitude that Jack has, and the fact that she doesn't fit into a pretty little box, and she's okay with that. I think I identify with that on many levels, and yet I've also had to kind of suppress that in a lot of ways, being in front of the camera for so long. So it was really refreshing. I think I kind of learned a lot from Jack and felt more comfortable being myself, and you don't like it, leave it. So I definitely had a lot of fun getting into character.
That's cool. So for both of you, this is a female-led, female-developed and produced show. What are the differences from working on any other production to this? I mean, obviously professionalism is the same, but are there other places where you feel like the story opens up more, or how does that evolve?
I mean, I find this quite a tough question, because there are a lot of women on set, there are a lot of women in senior positions within the company, and there feels like there's a support system going on there. There's certain things where you might feel slightly more comfortable, but ultimately it's a professional set, and whether a guy's running it or writing it, everyone brings their game. Everyone is doing their best work as they possibly can. I still understand that it's really, really rare for this to happen, and I think for the first week, when you're sat around the table doing your first line read of the script, and the majority of the people in the room are women, you go, "Oh, this is different." But then that's where it stopped, because it's just professional. We're professionals in a profession.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
I think Wendy said something about it yesterday, saying, it's exciting because you don't have to worry about a director coming down or something and be like, can you just be a little sexier in this scene? Like the hypersexualization of women, I think, is something that just did not exist in this show, and it was refreshing for me as a 20-something-year-old woman. A vast majority of the sides that I get through for auditions, it's like, must be okay with full frontal nudity, and it's everything has become so graphic on TV.
Yeah.
So, and that's outside my comfort zone, to each their own, but it's really nice to not feel pressured by anybody to step outside my comfort zone or be pushed too far. I think there's just a very, very respectful energy on set, which is really nice.
That's cool. In terms of, Angela, for you coming into a Canadian production,
Yeah.
what
Did it
We're right here.
what was it like for you coming into a Canadian production? I mean, is that different? What's that like for you?
It really is different. Again, professional standards are equal, whether it's in the UK or,
Right.
or Canada. But it's unionised here, so there's very specific roles for everybody.
Right.
Just even just the drivers, which I didn't kind of realise. No, the drivers have to be in the drivers' union, and you can't just get go, oh, I really like Barry over there. Can he drive? It's like, oh no, you got to be in the union. So that was quite that was refreshing and different.
Hours.
And the hours. So at home in the UK, we work 11 hours, possibly 12 hours a day.
Wow, that's it?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
That's what it probably should be, right?
think we're hard done by, especially as a woman, because you have to be in makeup an hour earlier. So,
Oh,
so
wow.
for women, your day will be maybe 12 hours. There was one particular day, I think we were going into the 14th or 15th hour on set, and I looked at Shenae going, what's going on?
Like, how long can we be here? I said, until we're done. That's it. Like, see what's on the call sheet. That's all got to get finished.
So at home that doesn't happen. It's like you have your 11 hours, and wherever you get up to in that 11 hours, if you drop 2 scenes at the end of the day, you drop 2 scenes and they have to go on to another day. But the spark, the electricians, will pull the plug if you
Right.
go over. And that was mind-blowing for me, I've got to say.
I'm sure.
Mind-blowing. But actually, because also we shoot like an hour, 47 minutes in 7 days.
Right.
We take, I think,
Right.
21 days.
Is it really that long?
To do 2 hours.
Wow.
So we get like but you know what? I didn't feel rushed. I didn't feel like, it's not like working on a soap opera where as long as
Right.
you get your lines right and you
Yeah.
hit the
Right.
mark, then they're taking that and it's in the can. I didn't feel like I was being pushed. I just think that, especially this specific crew, they've worked together so many times on Rookie Blue, on Saving Hope. They've got their own language going on. They know how
Well-oiled
everything.
machine.
It's such a well-oiled machine. So actually, it's the professionalism of the set that means that you do get through 10 pages, 12 pages a day, and you do it without feeling like you're compromising on quality.
That's cool. In terms of, I guess Jack has a particular lifestyle, I guess you could say. It seems very intense. It's very fraught, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So how much will we see throughout the series how her relationship is going to evolve, between her job and then off screen?
Yeah.
Off job.
Yeah, I think, it's a constant struggle for Jack. Like, the struggle is definitely very real, and I don't think that she figures it out by the end by any stretch of the imagination. It's not going to be all wrapped up. Oh, she's turned to leave. And next season, she's going to just have it all together. Definitely not.
Which wouldn't be realistic anyway.
No, and it wouldn't be fun for me to play. So, I think, you definitely see a lot of back and forth. You see a lot of her, she really wants to grow up. There
Right.
is that desire in her. I think she yearns for a piece of what Stevie has in her family life, or what she thinks Stevie has in her personal life. But her guard is so far up, and she's so kind of set in her ways and her bad habits, and they're her defense mechanisms ultimately. So I think it's going to take, a special someone or a special something to kind of break those patterns in her life. It's self-sabotage in a lot of ways. But I think the desire for change and growth is definitely there, and we see that come out a little bit more throughout the season. But yeah, never for long.
But it's not fun to play.
No, yeah.
You want to keep it going.
Yeah.
What can you guys tease for what's coming up throughout the season? What are some of the things that you think either you got excited for or that someone else might get excited for?
I think with Stevie, the cracks begin to show. She's got this life that does on the outside look quite perfect, this perfect family in the perfect house, and even Jack believes that's true. And as the season goes on, the cracks really do appear. Stevie does struggle. She struggles with the balance. She struggles with the juggle, and she struggles even more when an ex turns up and begins working in the station. That really throws the cat amongst the pigeons, and so that really develops as the season goes on.
Yeah, I think for Jack's personal life, I think she's definitely, kind of whacked in the face with some real grown-up issues that she is not prepared for at all. So kind of seeing how she handles it, I think she surprises herself. I think she's going to surprise audiences a little bit with how she decides to handle it. And, I think they're going to be entertained by the kind of back and forth in her personal life. But as far as the crimes are concerned, there are definitely a few that get me really excited. I think the audiences are really going to enjoy them. I think, people keep making references to the Me Too thing and the Time's Up thing and all that kind of stuff and drawing the parallels of having this, female empowerment, female-led cast. I think some of the crimes actually speak to that a lot as well. So I think people are going to enjoy seeing those episodes.
That's awesome. And to have something that's timely, but also drama, but also, it's fun too.
Yeah.
They're
Totally
fun characters to follow along with.
Yeah, and there's some comedic value, and I feel like you really kind of touch on everything.
I think you're the funniest.
No.
Jack is very, very funny. She's got some classic lines.
Yeah, they definitely write her well because I'm not that funny.
No, do you know what my favourite funny bit is? Your little old man. Your little southern old man.
My Santa Claus. Oh my God.
Your southern
Wait,
old
should
man.
I even do that in the end? I don't
think you
remember, but it just happened.
I'm sorry, we might need an explanation
Oh my
for this.
gosh.
Just look out
Yeah.
for Shenae Grimes-Beech's little southern man impression that appears mid-season. It's a classic.
There's a few impressions.
Me up.
I'm really bad at impressions, basically, but they write it into the script, and it's like I shock myself with what comes out of my voice box, and it shocks Angela every time.
There's also a little blue outfit that
Oh my God.
that we rock mid-season as well. That's another classic detail moment.
I hope there's a blooper reel for the end of the season that shows what was really going on in that scene, because it's supposed to be serious investigation time at the house, and we were in tears laughing at each other. We could not make eye contact. So I'm really curious to see how they cut that together, because I don't think we looked at each other for the entire duration of the scene, because we could not stop laughing.
Yeah. It's not everything. The detail has everything.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.